Winner take all time in the NBA and NHL, and FanDuel is giving you a shot to bring home a big win of your own. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. That's $150 to bet on spreads, money lines, player props, and more. You can visit FanDuel.com/UCSS and make every playoff shot count. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. So yesterday, Cleveland.com put out an article that the Browns are investing $200 million in Berea.
In Berea.
And my initial thought when I just saw the headline was, and Jason, I'm going to ask you this, and I think it's a very simple answer, but just for on the record. There's no chance the Browns, with the land they have in Berea, will build a stadium in Berea, correct? That is just to clear the air. There's no chance that is a possibility.
No chance. The practice facility will always remain separate from the stadium. If the stadium is in Brook Park, obviously it's very close to the facility, but they will not be putting a stadium in Berea. Okay,
so according to Cleveland.com and to what Jason just said, this $200 million will be used to expand the practice facility. It'll be a mixed-use development, including fields, hotels, offices, and shops. And the most important part, at least in my eyes, is it'll be paid for coming from private investment. No taxpayer money will be going towards that $200 million development in Berea to improve practice facilities and build this mixed development.
I don't think that the government ever pays for practice facilities.
No, this is all.
So that's not surprising or anything.
But the mixed use component to this is a little odd.
Yeah, in Berea.
Around the practice facility.
Yeah. Who's going? Like,
that's what I want to know. Who else is using?
Like, it's the middle of a neighborhood. Now they knocked down a lot of those houses, but it's still pretty much the middle of a neighborhood.
Yeah. I mean, if you go on the other side of that bridge, maybe are they doing something there?
Well, I'm assuming
stores and
the land that they bought and the houses that they knocked down
are all right next door.
Yeah. Right over, by the fence. Right on the side of the fence.
That's where I assume.
I mean, there are some stores, nearby. There's like a restaurant kind of like across the street, whatever that road is. I can't remember the name of that street there. And there's a grocery store like around the corner there. So, but it's a neighborhood. It is a weird spot for mixed use.
Yeah.
It does seem strange, but whatever, he's paying for it.
It makes me wonder, like with the Cavs, with the Cleveland Clinic partnering to build that new practice facility behind the arena on the land that Dan owns, and there's supposed to be a public component to that, and there'll be opportunities for the public. It sounds like maybe there will be the same in Berea with this. I'd like to get more information on this and see how this is really going to play out. But
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's any fixing up of the area is nice.
Yeah, for sure. And the Browns, I was told, are very, very happy with their relationship with Berea. Like, it's a great relationship between the team and the city. Yeah. They work very well together, and the Browns are excited to expand that and obviously do more with Berea. But there will not be a stadium there.
Well, I'm glad that they're getting that practice facility update, because the 80-yard indoor.
I was just gonna say that
it's been way overdue.
You got to have a full.
You can't have a full 100 yards in the indoor. You got to go 80. So that's been overdue, and the weight room is not great either. When I was there, it wasn't like a top of the line state art type thing. So it's been long overdue. Locker room wasn't great.
Right.
Small.
Yeah, small.
Well, listen, Jimmy, the one thing you can say about Jimmy is he's not afraid to spend money. So
he's
not. He doesn't want. I would assume. I mean, these billionaires. We all have egos, but when you're a billionaire, your ego. He doesn't want players saying his stuff is crappy when the other teams have nice stuff. So
he's the one that came out when the stadium plan came out. He was talking about, this is Cleveland. It's time for Cleveland to start being the top of the line. We need to be hosting Super Bowls. We need great facilities and all of these things. We need to stop thinking mediocre and stuff like that. So apparently this is his way of saying, like, I'm about to show y'all that we can be he can make this become more of a free agent destination.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
You've
Don't do that.
Well, I mean, in the NFL, it's not like basketball.
The NFL is a little bit different.
The NFL is whoever pays me the most, that's where I go.
You played over there. You played in the league. You've been in that building. What is the most important thing that they need as part of renovation of the practice facility? What's the number one most important thing that they need?
Recovery. I like places that got good recovery rooms and
post-practice?
Stuff like. Yeah.
I thought you'd say indoor practice field. That's interesting.
I mean, that's a given. I thought you was taking that off this.
No, I
this
just
kinda
in
off.
general.
Everything.
Oh yeah,
Weight
the
room,
indoor.
all this stuff.
Yeah, the
indoor facility.
Yeah, because you spend the most of your time on the indoor or the weight room. Those
Yeah,
are the
right.
two most
Those are the
important
two most
things.
important things,
But you also want to have a good recovery room too.
How big is the Woody's indoor? That thing is massive.
They need a new one.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's like over 100 years old. It's outdated.
It is massive.
They've been talking about trying to get a new facility down there.
Wow. Who's paying for that?
That's a great question. That's what they're trying to figure out.
I'm telling you, man,
That's what
this
they
is
trying to
like
figure out.
everybody's coming to the table at once.
Yeah,
We
it
got
is.
the Bengals stadium issue, the Browns stadium issue,
Yeah.
the Guardians and what they're trying to do with that's lower level.
mean,
compared to
yeah.
this other stuff.
'Cause you
Now,
gotta think-
Ohio State's coming to the
The
table.
Woody, I don't know how we got Ohio State, but Ohio State, they just renovated their locker room when I was there.
Yeah.
And already it's outdated. So now they trying to.
Well, let them pay for it. They got rich alums.
Hey,
Doesn't benefit anybody but the
Ohio
college.
State has a ton of alumni. If everybody
Yeah,
just donate $5.
There you go.
You would be amazed at how much money you got.
By the way, real quick on the Browns, I know a lot of our fans love this guy, so I'll mention that yesterday, for the second time, coincidentally, in like just a few weeks, I was telling Jason before the show, I ran into Doug Deacon. We just happened to be at the same restaurant at the same time 2 times in the last 3 weeks, and we were. I won't say the restaurant because Doug doesn't want to. Probably everybody harassing him at these. Because everybody goes up to him. But it was good to see him. He's doing good. He's playing golf. We talked about the potential indoor stadium and whatever. But he was telling me a couple of. I did not remember that he was a tight end coming out of college. Did you know that?
No, I don't think I knew that.
He was a tight end coming out of college, and I think he said it was the first regular season game he was ever part of. The right tackle for the Browns got hurt, and he had been practicing as an offensive lineman, but he had never really played. He had played like a quarter and a half in the preseason because he was telling me in those days the starters played the whole preseason because that's how they got ready for the year.
And they played like 6, 7, 8 preseason games.
Yeah, 6. It was 6.
6?
Because they had jobs. Like, Deke was a substitute teacher in the offseason. It's
crazy.
I mean, it's nuts. But they threw him in at right tackle. He did a pretty good job, and he kept the job.
Kept it. Wow.
How far would
You know?
Yeah, I remember talking to him once
Yeah.
about the number of games, how high the number preseason.
Yeah.
And they were all over the place.
Oh, my
like
God.
They were
Yeah.
all over the place. to
Maybe
play
in the
these
beginning it
games.
was even more than 6. I don't know. But I remember it being 6. But,
Well, when they go to 18, it's going to be 2.
yeah.
Because if you add another game at the end, you got to cut a preseason.
Really?
in.
You only need one.
What, one preseason game?
Yeah.
One preseason.
They should-
game.
yeah.
That's all you need.
You tell that to the guys that's undrafted that's trying
Well,
to
that's
make
why
the
you need
team.
that one. That's
Wait,
what the one
No,
is
you
for.
need 2.
But with the joint practices now and with everything else,
See,
I'm
with-
fine
with-
with 2. The starters play 1, and then everybody else
Exactly.
plays 2.
Yeah, exactly. I just,
But,
the people that's not going to make it just
Yeah.
need tape.
Did you hear? I mentioned this yesterday. If they go to 18, they're probably going to go to 2 buys.
I saw that.
And I was mentioning this
we're going to
yesterday.
get to the point that football is year-round.
Oh, so I love
It is already. The UFL's going currently.
Joe Burrow said that if they go to 2 buys, they should do the 1 buy like they do it where it's like 4 or 5 teams each week, and then there should be 1 week during the season where everybody doesn't play.
It's off.
But they won't do that because they don't want to give a week of football. But I thought about that, and I said yesterday, that they should do, instead of doing 1 week and there's no games, have the second bye be 2 weeks. 1 week it's the whole AFC's off. 1 week the whole NFC's off. So you still have games for TV.
Yeah.
But this way there's no big advantage in that second bye.
Right. Yeah. They used to have 2 buys.
Right, for a couple of
Yeah, they
years.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not very long. I don't know why they went away from it. Did we ever get an answer?
I think it
why
was because they were worried about having not enough product
Losing
for TV.
money. Yes.
But right now you play 17 games in 18 weeks. If you go to 18 games in 20 weeks, that's 1 more game, but 2 more weeks of TV.
Doesn't that push is that the Super Bowl that get pushed to
Well, if they push it 2
President's
weeks,
Day?
if they push it 1 week, it's President's Day. They could
They could also dial back a week early.
Is that right? They could do that too. They want to have it on
They-
President's
it
Day
hacks
because
it-
people, not everybody, but a lot of people are off on President's Day.
So if you start a week early and you end a week later, you get President's Day.
Right.
And you get your extra 2 weeks.
That's right.